What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing you some 2v2 action on my survival hunter. I actually doing these as survival. I was originally trying to do some as BM, but I lack the skills required to do a good BM hunter 2v2 team. I don't know what's going on. I want to play BM. It's the spec that I prefer to play, especially for like beaches and stuff like that. But I swapped it up on request of my paladin buddy here. He said, "Why don't you try out survival, see how it goes?" I was like, "All right, we'll see how survival goes," and immediately we won like I think 6-7 games back to back, and I was like, yeah, probably stick with survival. I don't know. That's not any like kind of recommendation, guys. I'm not too sure what specs are the best at the moment. I think survival definitely is strong, and it helps to be able to dot people up when you get line of sight as much as I do. Like, I just get fucking lost on so hard. But the first game is a MM hunter. No, that's a BM hunter. BM hunter and a rogue. I really want Skull. That Petty's using. I know that actually is Skull. That might be the reskin that was in Mop, because a lot of people use that one. But I want Skull. I want the original Skull. I check every time I go to fucking Storm Peaks, man. And I'm going to Old War or something. I'll always check for that pet, like non-stop. I'm like, man, time for some pet action. I'm keen on this pet business, and then it's just never there, and it's annoying, and I hate myself because I'm like, man, I miss Skull. I've never even seen him. I've never seen him like dead. I've never seen him get tamed. I've just never seen him up ever. I've never camped him though, like for a decent amount of time, which is probably an issue. Anyway, guys, we focus the hunter here because basically as a survival hunter, I fuck up other hunters with their deterrence because dots go through deterrence, you know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I hate versing affliction warlocks that are good because they can just dodge you up and you deterrence and you still take a shitload of damage. And the next one up, speaking of affliction warlocks, is an affliction warlock and a rogue again. A couple of rogues in these games, and obviously game plan here is to go with affliction warlock. Rogue's not that much of a, I guess, threat. If a rogue really good, they can fuck you up and they have a lot of good CC. But at the same time, if you actively kind of web them, trap them, and do all that kind of stuff, you'll force them to use their defensives, and then you're pretty much set as long as you do that stuff. And we get the warlock down pretty fucking quick there. Red Paladin Burst, I still to this day baffles my mind how that can still be so good. He uses that all. I love that move so much. That's the whole reason I made my rogue. I barely even use it. It's fucking, that move is sexy as dicks. And next up, guys, is a Red Paladin Frost Mage. Now this one got a little bit hairy-fairy in that I had to end up doing a 1v2 at the end of this. Game plan here is to kill the mage. We have to force an ice block and then switch to paladin and try and kill that mage, because mages have a habit of fucking up my red paladin. I don't know if it's him misplaying or if it's just they kind of counter red paladins right now, but mages definitely fuck up my red paladin buddy. Not to mention they also have a red paladin on their team, so they have that awesome burst, awesome fucking off heals, same as I do. So it's kind of like it's a rough situation to be in. And the mage comes out of the ice block there, so I'm like, switch back, and I try to get my dots up immediately. I actually really like dots. I just miss having an awesome Saul's pet as well. If you could have awesome dots and an awesome pet in one spec, I would fucking jizz my pants. And that's me mistrapping like a bitch. For some reason, I've gotten to the habit of like trapping in front of people. Like I lead the target a lot of times. So I see that paladin running down. I'm like, I'll trap in front of him, and he'll run into it, and I'll trap him. But he just completely turns around like the moment I throw the trap, and that leads to basically my partner dying because I missed the trap and he gets fucking bursted on by the paladin and the mage. And then I'm left with a paladin to 1v1. Now, I have full health, but it is a red paladin. So naturally, when you're in this kind of situation, you want to make sure to avoid too much damage in the stun. That's all you really have to worry about. Like, red paladins are really good, but all you really have to worry about is this. That stun and the damage you do in the stun. He doesn't do much there, because he doesn't have much. He's just used all of it for the past fucking fight. And you'll see me throughout this 1v1 using traps and using that sort of thing, and you'll never see me overextend to try and get a kill, because that's a lot of times I think red paladins, a lot of people fuck up in PvP, and I actually have a clip of it that might not be in this video, but might be in a future one, of it's basically a warrior and a feral druid. And it's the perfect definition of people tunnel visioning, and a lot of people do this when they run in and they absolutely just tunnel. And if you see someone low like that, like I'm seeing a red paladin and I see him low, I'm like, man, I'm gonna try and kill him. But at the same time, if he bops and heals and you're still near him and he gets a stun on you and pops wings and shit, he can drop me to like 2/3. He can drop 2/3 of my health in like 5 seconds. Like, the red paladins are crazy good at burst right now. So naturally, you see me keep my distance. You see me put up my dots. Again, I'm survival, so this is like the perfect situation. I don't know what's better for 1v1, survival or BM, but this definitely worked out well for me. Just kiting and fucking on with all my dots and shit. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely fantastic game. Next up is a Fury and a Monk. Now, monks are Monks are a little bit easier to kill these days because they do have that. They actually got nerfed a little bit and they removed their stun immunity that they used to have. And you see me open on the monk here, and this is going to be a game all about Pips getting pole fucked and getting CC'd and trying to CC back. That's pretty much what we're doing the entire game, is just jockeying for position, which is, it's weird to say that, but like that's literally what we're doing. We're just trying to be, basically I need my paladin, I need myself, I need a monk on one side of the pole. That's all we fucking need. Like right now, bam, we got some decent damage. But the problem with monks are they got rolls, they got kicks, and they got teleports. As well as the warrior using his fear at a decent time right there. We might have been able to finish pretty early if we didn't actually use that fear. But you know, last we were unlucky and he got it off. And I'll be putting traps down pretty regularly on that warrior, because if I wasn't, my red paladin would probably die. Fury warriors do a decent amount of damage. Like when I say decent, I should actually say a lot. They do. They fuck some shit up, and I didn't actually mind it because I feel like Fury Warriors have been gutted for the past couple expansions, and I used to love the old giant two-handed weapon wielding fucking the first time Titan's Grip came into the game. I was like, I didn't even play a warrior, but I was like, that's the fucking coolest thing that I've ever seen in my life, and I want to make a warrior. And I played with a couple people that actually did, and I was like, this is just so fucking cool. And even, I don't even think they were like fucking viable when they put it in, but at the same time, I was like, Jesus, it's so cool. I just love seeing a Fury War with these two giant weapons just fucking raping shit. Bladestorm! He's Bladestorming all over us. A Bladestorm for a Fury War does hurt a lot. You see me get a trap there. Trap definitely saved my Red Paladin's life, and yet again, we started jockeying for position, but a fucking monk has so much. He has so much short CC. He has no like long like I'm gonna sit in this for fucking years CC, but he has a lot of like little things that make it annoying and fucking piss me off trying to stay on top of him kind of stuff. Like he has the fucking the incapacitate, then he has his like charging bull head thing that stuns you, and it's like, good lord, sir. And then of course he has his teleport and his ring of peace and stuff like that. It's like Jesus is the amount of stuff. But I get a decent trap there, and that's actually gonna allow us to get the kill eventually once we get back onto here. But let me know what you guys think of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good day over here. Like it if you guys want more some arena, and I will definitely bring you some more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.